Welcome back. As we said, when it comes to tourism, Egypt comes first. And about ecotourism, what will make Egypt one of the pioneers, or at least to make Egypt in its position in the African continent in this vital sector? To shed more light on ecotourism in Egypt, we are very much delighted to have with us Mr. Saeed Khouly, our ecotourism expert. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me. When we talk about Egypt, we talk about natural
Ecotourism, yeah.
ecotourism, natural meets with history. Egypt has Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea, wetlands, mountains, deserts, and coral reefs, beaches.
Hmm.
That makes Egypt a very unique country. And we cannot tell that many countries has all of this resource, including protected areas like national protected
Protectorates. But before
protectorates.
going to this, Mr. Saeed, let's know where is Egypt when it comes to Africa in ecotourism. I mean, we are pioneers, or there is a lot of homework which we should do to go forward, or even to promote for Egypt as a destination for ecotourism. Let's say people who really make this as their favorites. I mean, to go for ecotourism more than anything else.
Natural has no borders. Okay, Egypt. If we're talking about Egypt, African Egypt,
Yeah.
Egypt has everything, and I don't think so. There is many countries had resources like Egypt. Egypt is unique. We had, I can say, African Egypt, which is Elba National Park, which has a lot of biodiversity, like mountains, green area, rare trees. It's one of the best areas for ecotourism.
Yeah. And to the protectorates, for example, I think we do have more than 30 protectorates.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, what we can do to promote for these areas and to tell the whole world that we are able to receive thousands, if not millions, of tourists every year to visit these places.
Okay. Let's say we need to take care of local guides and the locals, which is they have their own products, handicrafts. We need to arrange a lot of, let's say, easy roads, and that's all.
Jabal Alba. Let me call it this way, Jabal Alba is one of the hidden treasures we have. If you want to elaborate on Jabal Alba.
It's say Jabal Elba.
Elba.
Elba. We say it Elba because the locals say it Ilba. They don't have Ain in Arabic.
Okay.
Okay, so the right one is Ilba.
Okay.
Ilba, it's like mountains, and it has one of the rare, let's say, tree that is grow up in the top of mountain. It's called the Resina, and also in the Arabic Ombat. This tree, which is only grows above 500 meter above the sea level. I can say it's only growing in Africa and in Egypt in this one, and the rare about it that it takes the water from the leaves, not from the roots. Yes, and it has a lot of rare trees like sayal. It has a small, let's say, small forest in one of the valleys called Ideb. And also it has a lot of, let's say, biodiversity. It has animals, it has birds. It's good for bird watching. It's very good place for hiking and also for camping.
And for birds migration seasons too.
Exactly. It's one of the immigration roads. It has a lot of things. And also, if I'm not mistaken, it has a lot of animals in this area.
Mr. Saeed, since we are talking about this before continuing with more destinations to be visited in Egypt and to make Egypt on top of the priorities of ecotourism seekers, let's speak a little bit about climate change. How climate change can unfortunately have a negative impact on such areas, or what we can do in areas from those negative negative aspects resulting from climate change?
Let's okay. Ecotourism. It's really good because the travelers, when they come to do this kind of activities, they want to do something different, and they want to keep those areas good and
Secured and safe.
exactly for
Yeah.
the next generations.
Mm.
So the usually this kind of tourists, they are really care about protected areas.
Good for us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's move to a place like the White Desert, for example. And you know, I met myself so many people who camped in the White Desert, and they said that camping in the White Desert would purify your soul, and it's an experience which cannot be forgotten ever. Tell me more about this and why camping in the White Desert in specific can be such an unforgettable experience.
Okay. White deserts, you're gonna leave everything your comfort zone. You're gonna stay in a place very quiet, out of signal, and you have usually when you are everywhere and you have your connections to the world and you have your screens, your mind is full of ideas and but when we go to the desert, you stop thinking about all the major things. You only enjoying the desert, the calm, the weather, and usually it's in the winter only,
Hmm.
because in the summer it's a bit hot. And yeah, it's an unforgettable experience and delicious food from the local and this kind of things.
Egyptians or foreigners or both? I mean, for example, if I want to promote for this kind of tourism, many Egyptians now know well that they are going to enjoy their own country, and this is going to add to their experience. For example, to tell the youth, if you want to discover more about your country, seek bio tourism. Go to the desert, know yourself, or we should focus more on the foreigners.
Uh, I think we need to focus more in Egyptians because of and also influencers because of one good photo or one good video can get m- thousands of tourists.
Hmm.
And we can see this kind of activities now that Egyptians made it get a lot of tourists to buy desert, for example.
Yeah. Here I should ask about the role of social media. How do you think that social media can play a pivotal role in promoting for our ecotourism?
Influencers now, if we one the one influencers have now millions of followers, so one good photo can get a lot of ecotourism tourists.
I mean, in addition to the campaigns launched by the Ministry of Tourism, do you think that equally social media can have a lion's share in this promotion?
Of course, ma'am. Yes, yeah.
And let's go to another side of the coin and to speak more about other types of ecotourism in Egypt, sir.
Let's say about diving in Ras Mohammed, for example,
Hmm.
one of the best coral
Reefs
reefs
ever.
and marine life. I think Ras Mohammed now one of the best areas for diving,
Hmm.
and it has a lot of potentials. Also, mangrove forest in Ras Mohammed or in Wadi Al Gimal Protectorate. This kind of magnificent places. Yeah, it's good.
Here we should ask for a special age category, or what you're talking about is suitable for all.
It's suitable for everyone. It's starting from babies. For example, I prefer to take kids, usually teenagers, to those kind of areas
Mhm.
because they are now close to their screens and they don't know anything about the real life.
Yeah, mountains, reefs, snorkeling, diving, I mean camping. We do have diversity of things to be done here in Egypt. I mean, if you wanna, for example, arrange a trip for a group of tourists, your piece of advice is
Uh, I really love the wetlands that you can see a lot of birds, um, valleys and deserts. Of course, it's a different experience, and of course diving, but this is not for everyone.
Yeah, sure. But before recording our interview, you told me that you are also a hiker, or you happen to be a hiker. How do you see hiking as also one of the attractions which Egypt enjoys?
Okay, yeah. If we're talking about hiking, we had Sinai and Red Sea, mountains of Red Sea. Sinai had one of the best mountains, and it has a lot of greenery and nice places. Also, we had the snow on the top of mountains in the winter season.
Yeah.
It's a great experience and different experience to Egypt.
Each nationality, I think, or I mean, tourists coming from Asia, for example, are different from those coming from Europe, are different from those coming from Latin America, for example. What we should do to meet all the needs of all, I mean, to know well that each criteria, they do have their own needs and demands. In your opinion, what to do?
I think we need to have more camping sites in those kind of areas.
No, I
Uh,
mean, for example, sir, if you have a group coming from Latin America, what were their demands? If you have another group coming from China, for example,
okay,
what's going to be their first
for
priority?
example, the Latin Americas, they prefer the deserts, wide deserts. For
Hmm.
example, this is one of the best spots for them because they don't have this kind of desert. For them, this is something unique, and they don't have something like this. We're talking about the Far East. They usually prefer the seas and the Red Sea and those kind of areas. Uh, Europe people, they are more to hiking and camping,
Hmm.
big, and they prefer, Sinai and especially.
Tell me about the impressions they had after camping. For example, many people thought, as we were talking, that camping is going to be that difficult, they are not going to enjoy their time that much, but after the experience, they have ultimately different stories to tell. Tell me about this.
Uh, yeah, okay. Camping and hiking for the tourists, they appreciate what we had even more than us. We had many things to do, and they don't have it. For them, the good weather, for example, in the winter, and the food experience. We had very good, simple food like bread, for example. The locals in Sinai, they had very nice bread. So the experience for them is, of course, is different.
And
And
drinks, I mean, their tea is different, their
exactly,
herbal drinks
exactly,
are different. They
tea,
do have
tea,
a lot, a lot of other different things,
exactly.
food and beverage, I mean. And they are, of course, they are very generous. Their hospitality is really great.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can do that. And this is something we need to take care about it. That to improve a lot on the local guides and rangers, those kind of things.
This was my going to be my coming
Mm.
question. What we should do regarding our experts or our tour guides, how we can prepare them to be such experts in such places, because there are places which are still that virgin. I mean, we did not go that much for them, and there are other places which we are really still discovering. True.
Exactly, yeah. We need to do training for the local guides, and because they are the number in some areas are very limited. If we're talking about the Red Sea, for example, in Sinai, no, there is a lot, but in there is other new places like Oasis, Dakhla, Kharga. We need more training for the local guides.
What about Wadi Rayyan or the Wales Valley, Wadi Hitan in Al Fayoum, for example? I mean, this is only an example of the beautiful places we have. If you want to elaborate on this.
Exactly, yes. This kind of this example is really one of the best examples because now we had roads, good roads. We had local guides. We had guides from Ministry of Environment, which is makes the place full of information, full of knowledge for everyone.
What are your dreams, sir, for ecotourism in Egypt?
Yeah, I dream about camp in all protected areas, camps in all areas, because camping experience is now growing up all over the world.
In your opinion, which is your favorite destination? I mean, where do you really prefer to camp?
It's actually two places, which
Okay.
is Saint Catherine area, not Saint Catherine the mountain, no, the
Before
whole
going
area.
to the second place, how do you see St. Catherine after the Grand Transfiguration project or the التجلي الأعظم project, which is going, inshallah, to turn this place into a magnificent hub for all those who want to really enjoy themselves in religious tourism and ecotourism at the same time?
It's a great work. Uh, we are hoping a lot of this because it needs a lot of work, and we are hoping that this is one will be one of the best tourism spots in the Middle East.
Inshallah. The
Inshallah.
second place?
Second place is of course Jabal Elba.
Why?
Why? Because Jabal Elba, let's say, this is the very close area to Africa, which is you can feel that you are in, for example, Tanzania,
Yeah.
with the wildlife, with the big trees, greenery and mountains, especially in the rain season.
Sir, now we finish our interviews. Of course, thank you very much for being with us. But I'd like you, sir, just to look to your camera and to invite millions of people from around the world to come and to enjoy ecotourism in Egypt. Your turn, sir.
Of course, I would love to see many people. I want to advise people to come to Egypt because Egypt has not only had ancient history, it has beaches, it has wetland, it has valleys, it has mountains, it has a lot of things to do, and of course, one of the good things that food from the locals.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
We were very much delighted to have with us Mr. Saeed Khouly, our ecotourism expert.